asked me to be his best man. Come on, he looks just like him. I couldn't possibly be the only person in this room who was surprised his vows did not include to infinity and beyond. If you don't see it, Google it, it's uncanny. Look at the cheesy smile, look at it. Anyway, I'll get back to this cartoon in a second. But before I do, I'd like to recognize a few important people in the room. Without them, we would not be here today. I'm talking specifically about any elected officials of Montville Township that saved JR and I and the majority of Table 4 from checking yes on the felony conviction portion of the job application. Thank you for your service to the community. In all seriousness, thank you to the McKeens and the Rosalinis. Mr. and Mrs. McKean, I can assure you that your daughter will be welcomed into a loving family. The Rosalinis have been a second family to me, and outside of keeping me out of prison, they have supported me like one of their own. They're incredibly generous and loving people. On the flip side, you've just adopted a 31-year-old man-child with the social acumen of a Japanese teenager. Let's just look at the facts. He's got sneakers that turn into rollerblades. The only thing he posts on social media is about motorcycles. He privately sends photos of his poop to his friends with a sense of discovery that rivals Isaac Newton. He's also got a Dave & Buster's in his living room, which, Taylor, you didn't know this, but both machines broke today, and we believe you had something to do with that. Yeah, well. I've known JR since kindergarten, 26 years, give or take. To put how long I've known JR in perspective, here are a few things that happened that same faith-filled year. The year JR and I met, The Simpsons first aired on television. The #1 song at the time was Wilson Phillips' Hold On. And General Motors launched its surefire hit brand, Saturn. Our friendship has outlasted a horrible brand of vehicles. And if my math is correct, I've known JR longer than his sister Jackie. JR was the best man in my wedding. In his speech, he kindly reminded 200 of my closest friends and family that I once got hit below the belt with a lacrosse ball, which proceeded to significantly inflame the region. He also reveled in the memory of the time I tore my ACL playing Ultimate Frisbee. His point, albeit roundabout, was that he's been there for me through it all. What a guy, right? And I'd like to believe the same is true of me. So now, if I may, I would like to take this opportunity to make his friends and family aware of what he may have omitted in his speech a little over 5 years ago. I was there for JR when he got his fake ID taken away at a Hanson concert and he had to mbop his way over to the soda line. I was there for JR after he slid shirtless down a hill at the golf course adjacent to Pat and Katie Ryan's wedding reception, and when he proceeded to lose his dinner in the 17th hole. Not the rough, not the fringe, in the hole. Funny story, I played that golf course a few years later, and I picked up. I didn't, my dad gave me the score. I was there for JR when he learned about private browser mode the hard way. And I was there for him when he physically embodied his motto of living life with no regrets. He probably didn't want you to know his favorite singer is Kesha, his favorite band is Nickelback, and he has a thing for just about any movie that's animated. I see the McKean side stopped laughing and started shaking their heads. That's okay, I'll move on to Taylor. Taylor, you look beautiful. You know, the first time I met Taylor was on our way to a wedding. She asked my mom if she could borrow her a pantyhose because she forgot to pack underwear. On our way to a different wedding, we figured we'd stop for a beer. You know you couldn't escape this. We entered the establishment around 1 p.m. The clientele at the time included about 5 75 to 80-year-old men that brought their own cheeses to the bar. Taylor took it upon herself to initiate an icebreaker. She walked over to the jukebox, selected a song, and hit play. She turns around, and no sooner does this come on. But what Taylor didn't know was the night before, there was a very different crowd at that same bar that left the volume at level, what we'll call 3,000. I look over at our senior friends, the Cheez-Its are in the air, and they're literally plugging their ears and staring at Taylor, who cannot seem to find the volume switch. It took a long 90 seconds of dum-dum-dum-dum-dum before the elderly patrons regained their equilibrium. We laughed, Taylor paid our bill, and we left. For the remaining portion of the section of this speech, I'd like to open it up to audience participation. Where's Grandma? Oh, there you are. Many of you probably know Taylor often goes by the self-proclaimed moniker of Mama. So my question for you, Grandma, is what does she call JR? That's right, Big Daddy. And that concludes the audience participation component of this speech. As you can see, I've been very fortunate to have some good times with these guys. They're both incredibly special people in my life. The two of them dress up as Santa and Mrs. Claus every Christmas just to get a smile out of my nephews. That's the kind of people they are. I would do anything for them, and know that they would drop everything to do the same for me and my wife, Sarah. This is real. You know, when JR told me he was moving to Chicago, I thought, this is great. You know, he'll be able to transition really well and hang out with our friends that we've made. And maybe that was true, but as I look at our group of friends today in Chicago, the majority are actually people that we've met through them. Much like tonight, people tend to surround you both because your personalities are contagious. The rabbi stole my line, but I'll say it anyway. At some point this evening, take 5 minutes to look around the room just by yourselves. Soak it in. You'll find people who are willing to travel 800 miles, if not further, to be here for you because of who you are as individuals, as friends, because they, like me, love you both to infinity and beyond. I wish you nothing but lifelong happiness as husband and wife. Cheers! Taylor and Buzz.